Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and I'm excited to bring you another episode absolutely free. This is one of over 80 episodes released monthly for your enjoyment. Now, let's get into this episode.
Adventures in Research. Suppose someone told you of a river whose sands glitter as though they were filled with gold. Suppose you were sure it was gold. Wouldn't you be eager to see it? Of course you would, especially if you also learned that no one had ever staked a claim to it. Why not? Well, thereby hangs a tale of a lost gold mine. This is Paul Shannon bringing you another transcribed story of science, produced as a public service in cooperation with the Westinghouse Research Laboratories. And today telling you a strange story that begins in the village of Pima, Arizona, on August 20th, 1864. On that day, two prospectors were deep in conversation on their favorite subject.
Well, Adams, what do you think?
I ain't sure. What about you?
I think that redskin's telling the truth. Don't you?
Maybe he is. Maybe he ain't. I don't trust any of them. Never seed one yet I wouldn't sooner put a bullet in.
Maybe so, but he looks okay and he talks okay. That's all I care about.
Well, it ain't all I care about.
Adams, I'm surprised at you. What can one Injun do against you and me and 6 others? One Injun against 8 white men. You a little ashamed of yourself? By the way, where'd them 6 fellas go to?
Yeah, there they are, down the street, looking at a horse. You want me to go get them?
Let them be a while. Let's get back to what we were talking about. I'll grant you that Injuns is bad business, but I think this one's on the level, mainly because he just ain't got no reason to lie.
Maybe not. But he's an Apache, ain't he? How do you know he won't lead us into an ambush?
Well, if we ain't wise to that one, we deserve to be ambushed.
I don't look at it that way. I got a nice head of hair and aim to keep it.
I can't blame you for that. But I still think our engine's on the level. Just ain't got no reason not to be.
Redskins don't need no reason.
Now, you listen to me, Adams. We got a chance to strike it rich. To be millionaires for the rest of our days. Why, we could live in a hotel in San Francisco. Shucks, we could buy the hotel. Say, how would that be? Buy a hotel and order anything you like for dinner. Oysters and terrapin soup and pheasant and fancy dessert. Why, ain't that worth taking a chance for?
Well, now...
Of course it is. How about it?
David, you reckon I could have one of them there bathtubs in my room?
Why, sure you could.
Could I have it all for myself?
Sure. If you own the whole hotel, who's going to stop you? Why, you can spend all day in the bathtub.
Ten?
Sure.
Okay, then. I'm with you. Let's go. Hey, where's that engine?
Oh, here he comes now. Remember, let me handle him.
Go ahead.
How are you, Chief? My friend and me was just talking about you. You're all ready to go ahead, okay?
You want me show you gold mine?
Yeah, just like you said.
You give me a big stick, make loud noise?
Yep. We'll give you a brand new rifle and plenty of ammunition.
Crazy Davidson, you're going to trust that engine with a rifle?
I said I'd handle it, didn't I? I'll take the responsibility. Okay, Chief, can we start right now?
How many men come with us?
Well, there's Adams here and me and them 6 fellas down the street.
No. Too much.
What do you mean, too much? All 8 of us will go or we won't go at all.
Hey, what did I tell you? Trying to pull something.
Will you stop jawing? Chief, I said we're all going or you don't get the rifle. I'll make your mind up.
Too much. Take only 2 white men.
I said we're all going, and that's how it's going to be. Here, take a look at this rifle. Ain't he a beauty?
Fine gun.
Well, what do you say? If you start out now, the rifle's yours. Yes or no?
Me say Yes.
Good. Adams, go over and round up the others.
We're leaving now?
Right this minute. We're heading for the biggest gold mine in the United States.
Starting from the base of Twin Mountain, Davidson, Adams, and their party followed the Indian guide up into the foothills. For days, they wound their way through gorges and passes. Finally, they squeezed through a narrow crevice in the red limestone cliff. And when they emerged, they could hardly believe their eyes. For there, stretching out in front of them, was
A river. A hidden river.
Did you ever see a riverbed like that? I'll bet that sand is chock full of gold. And let's take a look.
Wait a minute.
Wait, nothing. Come on, fellas. Gold!
Yes, there was gold in that riverbed. In 15 minutes, they found 3 gold nuggets worth hundreds of dollars.
Adams, look. This one's bigger than a man's fist.
That's bigger than a man's head. Get saddlebags, pots, pans, anything. This is the biggest strike in history. Come on, get
Hold on.
moving.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Everybody. Before we make another move, I'd just like to say a few words to our Indian guide. Chief, you sure kept your word. We want to thank you. Now, I guess you'll be going back to Pima.
Yeah. But first, me say one thing. If everybody stay here, nothing happen.
Why, what do you mean, stay here?
Me mean no go up river.
Why not?
Up river is land of Apaches. You go there, you all be killed.
At first, the prospectors heeded the Indians' warning. Remaining at their first location, they recovered their gold by the primitive operation known as panning. First, they stirred the sand from the riverbed and shook it by hand in a miner's pan. This permitted the gold to sink to the bottom. Then, by dipping the pan into the water and pouring the water off, they gradually washed away the sand until only the gold and heavy minerals remained. Finally, by twisting and tilting the pan, they separated the gold, a primitive process which went on for days. But men and gold make a strange combination. The more gold the party extracted, the more gold they wanted. Finally, one of the men, acting as spokesman for the others, walked up to Davidson.
Davidson, I'd like to talk to you.
Sure, Mitchell. What's on your mind?
Well, I guess you know what I'm going to say. Now, we've all been thinking the same thing for days now. We work this part of the river clean. We want to move on up the river.
I was expecting that.
We might as well get as much as we possibly can. Now, there must be tons of gold up there just waiting for someone to come and get it. Now, ain't that right?
Yeah, that's right, only...
Oh, I know what you're thinking. That Injun's got you scared, ain't he?
I ain't looking for trouble, Mitchell. Up the river is Apache country. Even the U.S. Army don't go out of their way to tangle with them.
I don't care who's up there, Davidson. I'm after gold, see? And there ain't no Apache living that's going to stop me. Besides, I ain't going up there alone.
Well, how many's going with you?
Every one of us except Adams, and he wants to stay here with you.
Well, I guess I can't stop you if you want to go. When are you leaving?
Bright and early tomorrow morning.
Got plenty of ammunition?
Yep.
How about food?
Well, now, that's what I want to talk to you about. We'd like our share of the grub. Is that okay with you?
Let's see. There's 6 of you. Yeah, we're starting to run low on food, Mitchell.
Yeah, we won't take no more than our proper share. Now, how's that?
Okay, I guess. Good luck to you. And if I don't see you in the morning, keep your eyes and ears open. Wide open.
We will, Davidson. We'll come back in a week wearing gold shoes. Yes, sir, gold shoes.
Davidson and Adams waited. By the end of August, their supplies ran out. Finally, they could no longer postpone a decision that was inevitable.
I tell you, you'll never make it, Davidson.
Would you rather stay here and die?
How far is it to Fort Wingate?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel so weak. I can hardly stand up.
How do you think I feel? Adams, listen to me. Once we get to Fort Wingate, get some food in our stomach, then we can go back and join the others up the river. We've got to get to Fort Wingate first. Don't you see that?
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Well, we ain't got no other choice. Now, the way I calculate, Fort Wingate ought to be somewhere in that direction. If we keep moving straight, we ought to hit it.
But suppose we don't.
I ain't going to think about that, Adams. We gotta get there, understand? We just gotta.
And so Davidson and Adams started out, slowly, down the same mountain passes, through the gorges, and finally through the same narrow crevice in that red limestone cliff. When they emerged on the other side...
Davidson! Hey, look! There's Mitchell laying on the ground. And there's the rest of them, all 6 of them.
Every last one of them. I warned them not to go up the river.
Yeah, looks like their food ran out. Yeah, they must have tried to get back to us. Hey, Davidson, what's that?
Apache! Let's get out of here quick! Back through the crevice! Follow me! Down this way! Run, Joe!
So it happened that on September 16th, 1864, a detachment of U.S. soldiers from Fort Apache, Arizona, saw 2 solitary figures stumbling across the desert. Half demented from heat and thirst, they told one of the strangest stories ever heard. When they were finished, the soldiers merely smiled.
Well, Lieutenant, what do you think?
Why, the whole thing's impossible. Absolutely impossible. A lost gold mine in Arizona. Why, they're out of their minds.
That's what everyone else said, too. We know that Davidson gave up and returned to his home in the East. Adams went back to his family in Los Angeles. 20 years later, he returned, searched for the same location, for the crevice in the rock. But he was unsuccessful. At last, in despair, he said,
It's no use. I just can't remember. Perhaps they're right. Maybe it was just a dream.
But a dream or not, so ended one of the strangest incidents in the story of mining, an industry whose whole history is one of human hardship and struggle. Today, in contrast to the primitive efforts of Davidson and Adams, mining is done with the help of modern science. The old prospector has been replaced by the expert geologist, whose knowledge of the earth is as accurate as a surgeon's knowledge of the human body. And the old miner with his pick and shovel has given way to huge machines run by electricity. Weighing millions of pounds, they scoop out whole carloads of ore in one gulp. Yes, the days of Davidson and Adams are largely a thing of the past. But the spirit which drove them on still lives and continues to make the mining industry an ever-living adventure in research. And that's today's Adventure in Research, produced in cooperation with the Westinghouse Research Laboratory. These programs are broadcast to Armed Forces personnel overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Join us again next week for another transcribed story of science on Adventures in Research.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate this episode within your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to otrwesterns.com/Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to otrwesterns.com/YouTube. Become one of our ranch hands and unlock some exclusive content. We want to thank our most recent ranch hands, Steve and TechnoGod, who joined us recently. You too can join by going to otrwesterns.com/donate. Send us an email, podcast@otrwesterns.com, and you can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyrighted under the attribution non-commercial share-alike copyright. For more information, go to otrwesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.